everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope you guys are doing well today. This is part 2 of our Halloween journals. I have no idea how many parts they're going to be because I don't know how much I'm going to include of the journal making process, but I thought I would pop in whenever I was doing something that might be interesting to you. And today I'm going to work on one of the covers, and I thought maybe you might want to watch this. It's the fun part. The last time it's more utilitarian, getting all your pieces together and, you know, gluing things and all that. But this is more of the decorating and deciding what you're going to do and put on your journal and that kind of thing. Let me show you what I have so far. I haven't 100% figured everything out, and there are some things that I have to do to get everything ready to put on there, and I thought that's the part you might be interested in. First off, this is what we made the last time, and let me get this. I'm going to take this off because I'm going to end up not using these, but I may use them another time. So this is pretty much what we made, you know, the front and the back, and also my camera kind of shut off, so we didn't get to see all this, but this is just the back. I decided I'm going to keep the bow on the top, maybe. I'm not positive yet. So I haven't 100% decided. But this is going to be the tie, and this is the back. And this is going to glue on when we're pretty much almost done with the journal. Because it's going to be a kind of a floating spine, which means you basically sew your signatures into a spine, and it has kind of like wings, you know, little side pieces. And then what happens is, here's the inside of your journal, and then those pieces will glue on here, and then your spine part will be, you know, it should be the same size as this. So that'll go here, your other spine, okay? And it'll glue on pieces here, and these pieces, the part in the middle stays loose, and that's what happens is it kind of, that's why you call it floating. It's not actually glued to the actual spine, and you don't have to cover it, but I am, just for added, you know, make it look a little different. So I think we're gonna do this. So let me decide. The spiders were gonna be on top, okay? So that's kind of what it came down to, is I wanted the spiders to be on top, so that would be the back, and this will be the front. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to work on this, and there's several things I need to do to get ready for that, okay? I have this frame. I'm going to be using this frame on there, and this is a Tim Holtz frame, and it comes, let me see. This is the pack that it comes in. It is called what? Baseboard frames. So, laced. And it comes with a bunch of different sizes. And I like them because they're lightweight, but yet they're chipboard, but they're substantial enough that you can notice it, you know, on your page. But I'm going to be adding even more things to it because you know how I like to go overboard on things. So I have to paint this and get it ready for what we're going to do to it. And I'm also going to paint some other parts too. So let me get that going, and I will show you what we're doing here. I have black gesso. You could use black paint for sure, but I have gesso, and it makes things stick a little better. And so I'm going to just do, this stuff is really thick. This is, oh gosh, I just almost spilled it on myself. It is Art Basics, so yeah. I like their gesso in general. I just do. It's a little thicker. I like thicker gesso, and you can always water it down, which I might do. Well, no. Oh, that way I only have to do one coat. Alright, so I went ahead and dried this off, and we're ready for the next step. And I'm going to take probably my darkest color, and it's Ebony Rub and Buff. So I'm going to go ahead. I haven't even used this. So open this up. Where's my little pokey thing here? And I have had the other type of waxes and stuff. My problem is they dry out a lot on me, so I don't know. This is a black, but it's going to have a metallic look to it, so that is why I want to put it on top of the gesso, because I kind of want this to look a little metal. And this goes a long way. You don't have to use a brush for this. I am going to get one out just in case, though, because I may just kind of go like that with it. And I honestly don't care if it covers the whole thing or not. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm going to put several layers. I was really careful with my, because you're really not supposed to, you're supposed to just rub it on there like this, see? Which I may do. Use a lot less of it. Because a little of this goes a long ways. But this is really just going to give it kind of a metallic base. You probably can't, I don't even know if you can see it. But it does have a kind of metallic look to it. I'm going to go on the outside a little bit. Not going to worry about it too much. I don't think anybody will see it. But I did make sure when I was doing this that I got the outside and the inside of the frame. You don't want it white or off-white. I'll go around it just a little bit just in case I missed some spots. But this is going to really get under my nail. That's why I didn't really want to do that. Ugh, okay. It's not that easy to get off either. So, see, not easy. I got a wipe right there. Let's see if I can get a little bit more wet wipe. Not that I care that much, as it just stays on. It really does stay on for a while. I just see that was rubbing alcohol. But it's really hard to get out after you get it in there. Okay, there we go. All right, got most of it off, so I think I'll be okay. Put my alcohol over here. Okay, now the next one I'm going to use is where'd the pewter go? Yeah, the pewter. Open that up. I'm just puncturing this a little bit. And that I'm going to just do. And I don't want this solid on here because I'm really wanting all the colors to come through. I want black. I want the black. I want the other one. I'm just kind of, this stuff dries fairly quickly too, so you have to kind of work with it. I really should have let the other one dry completely, but that's okay. I kind of want to blend, so, I want this to kind of look older, not brand new. I don't know if I'll be able to achieve that look, but we shall see. Anyway, you could use just some metallic paint. Definitely, you could really just put silver and it would probably have the same effect, not be that much different, but okay, so maybe a little bit more on top, a little bit more up here, put too much up there. Like I said, I want all the colors to show through a little bit, I'm not trying to make it a perfect coverage, so this is what is this called? Silver Leaf. And it's a little bit lighter. See, we just kept going lighter and lighter. And I will put that on with my finger. Oop, it's not mixed real good. I guess it's the inside. Get that right there. Yeah, it's when if you first open it up, it's going to be a little watery. Okay, any day now. Should not be that watery. And I'm just wanting to leave enough of the black and the other color underneath it so it doesn't look all one color. I may come in and put more black and the other color back in. That is that. We're going to let that dry a little bit. Okay, so now what I want to do is get ready for the next part. On this frame, this isn't enough. I want it to be a little bit more blingy, I think. And I'm going to take, I have all these little filigree pieces that I bought, like a set of them. These I'm going to put on here, but I have to change the color because I really want them all to be silver. And I'm going to put those here. These are supposed to go on the corner, but you can use these for a lot. People can use these for a lot of different things. And I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that on top. Okay. And let's see. Also, I'm going to use these on the spine. There's going to be one here and then one on the bottom. So I'm going to put this aside. And I have, this is Ranger Mixative Silver, and it's alcohol ink, and this is what I use to color my metal. Let me get a little brush. I think I'm going to use this one. And let me see. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I want a little plastic thing again, too. It's better to use a plastic because it will absorb inside here, but I use this to roll small things around because I put the alcohol ink in here and then roll it, but I don't really have any pieces that are that small, so I think I'm just going to probably paint them all. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a little extra alcohol in here, not a ton, but a little, because it will make it last a little bit longer, and because it dries really fast. And I'll put quite a few drops in here because we're going to need a lot. Okay, I might need more than that, but we'll see. I'm going to kind of mix this in here. Right, I might have put way too much alcohol in there, but we shall see. And I usually wind up doing a couple coats on there. Yeah, I put way too much alcohol in there. But it's really easy to change the color of your metal. It's not hard. Let me get my little tweezers out. I'm just going to use this then. I like to change metal colors all the time, so it's not a big deal. And I'm wanting some of the brass stuff to show through. That's kind of a little bit why I watered it down too, because that will give it a kind of a patina and it won't be a flat color. I may take a little bit of that Rub and Buff on the black and put it on top too. So we'll see if it doesn't look aged enough for me. I don't want things to look brand new. Alright, so these are almost dry. I think though, you know what I might use? I might use, I have this black shimmer in the metallic luster, and it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit less, let me see if I can find a little bit less, oh, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not as dark. It may not be dark enough, but I'm going to try it and see, and just see how it goes. And this stuff is very dried up, but I can add a little water to it and it will reconstitute to some degree, but it's a little bit darker, and I just want to have a different, it's probably closer to the pewter, but I just want to have a different effect on this. In fact, I think I'll just maybe just use my finger, get a little kind of lightly go over it. I just want to have it so it's not all, you know. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but all I'm doing is adding a little bit more dimension. The next thing I want to do, let these dry, kind of move them over a little bit, and that way we can move to the next part. So we've got all our metal pieces ready to go. Okay. Now I have this, see if I can clean that off and use it again. Yeah, that's pretty clean. This charm, this owl, and I want to use it in there. I love these little beads and stuff on it. I always buy these things when they're on sale at different craft stores, so I always have this stuff to add. I think it adds a lot of interest, makes it special. Anyway, I want to put this owl on, but I don't want to use the green, so I'm going to change that color, and I really would like to do it purple, but we shall see. We'll see if I can get it to do purple. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this. This is what I was telling you about, is I have alcohol ink, and it is called Patina. And I got this. It says purple sapphire, but it really looks very pink to me. All right, I have these. So let me go. Oh yeah, that's a good purple right there, I think. Oh yeah, there's tons of different purples in there. I don't think, no, magenta's probably not it. Violet. What do you think, guys? Fuchsia probably has too much pink. Right, so probably that. And then there's Orchard. I don't know, boy, I think, yeah, I think this, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to get another little plastic thingy out. I get these at the dollar store too, and they're great for alcohol ink. Because it just dissipates so quickly. All right, I'm going to try this. I just think it's going to, yeah, see, I think it's a little bit too pink. Now, this is not as translucent as the other stuff. I'm going to try what I have. I have a feeling it's going to be too, yeah, too pink. So I'm going to try this and mix it in there with it and see what we get. Okay. Ooh, wow, that's really dark. Huh. We're going to get, we'll see. Well, that's a lot closer to what I wanted. Right? I think I need a, oh yeah, that's almost perfect. Yep. Okay. I need a little bit smaller brush here. And I also think what I'm going to do is put a tiny bit of alcohol in there. Not too much, because if I put too much, then it won't work right. So, yeah, there we go. Wonder if that's, yeah, I think that's about the right color. And I'm going to just go in and I'm painting the part that is in here that is green. And I love the green, don't get me wrong, but it's not, doesn't go with our look. So I'm going to just change it to what I want. And this is metal, so it will change it. Now, I'm sure you could use paint, but I don't know that it would be permanent. So I want this to be permanent, and that is why I'm using this. All right, so I've done our little owl, and I've taken a little bit of this silver, and I'm going to kind of just put a tiny bit on here and there, just so again, so it doesn't look so flat. And I'm just brushing it on in certain spots, rubbing it off also. Just kind of a little bit here and there. I think I maybe could have used a smaller brush for this, but it's working out okay. And so you can see how we can change our little owl to be something that we want to use. Here, I had to do the back too. And it's not all the way dry, but we're going to go ahead and I'm just putting a little bit of the silver on there so it has more depth than just the flat purple. And I think it turned out really cute. Like I said, I didn't have anything against the green. It just didn't go with our little thing that we're doing here. So, Anyway, so that owl is going to go on the back. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make sure I have the right ones where, because this is going to be one of them, spider on top, spider on top. So this has to be the front. And here is our frame, and it is all dry, and I like the patina of it. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put the stuff on here. And I don't know, I think I'm going to use my 3-in-1 because I don't think I really want to use my my glue gun for this. Okay, I'm going to just kind of treat it like lace. That is how it will go on. Gotta open this up a little. It's kind of dried out. I left the top off. So I'm just going to kind of put it on like it would be lace and be willing to wipe some of it off. And it will hold it down. Another wipe here. Okay, so that I'm going to put kind of about right here. I want it to hang down more than up. You know, I want it up, make sure I get it in the middle, because I don't think that is the middle. Let me see the back of this. Yeah, that's the middle right there. Go ahead and make sure I get the extra glue off of that. And I know that it matches, and I want it to. I didn't want it to have like a different color to it. I want it to seem like it's just part of the frame. I mean, you could definitely have put a different color metal on it or left it the way it was, but I wanted it to match, so that was kind of my goal. I think we did a pretty good job. I just wanted to make it look like it was part of the frame is what I guess I'm trying to say. So I'm going to put these two on. Yeah. And I'm just going to line up this end. Now one of these is bent, so I have to bend it. They bend super easy. You can cut these with scissors. You'll see in a minute because I am going to cut them. Come on. I'm going to take the extra glue off, and then I'm going to put a clip on that, and that'll hold it down because they're not perfectly aligned. So let's see. I probably take a big clip, I think, maybe. I might put one on top too. Make sure that's even. It looks pretty even to me, but you know. Okay, so that is going to be, I think, it's really hard for me to get the little ones out because they're in the bottom. Okay, that'll work. And that way, this will help it dry. Let me get that extra glue off. You know, really just treat it like lace. And it really is, they're super thin. You can paint them. Now you can see I put that wipe on there and it didn't take the paint off. And that's because it's the alcohol ink is not going to come off. So, not coming off. Probably not going to come off my hands either. So, I dry and wear gloves whenever I use it, but I don't always, you know. I'll get it off. And kind of get that in that corner. I'm lining it up with the corner, so that kind of tells me that it's straight. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, okay, come on. It moved on me. See, I'm writing it with that corner and that corner. So, anyway, stay there for a minute. Okay, let me put the clips on you. A little bit extra glue right there. And the fact that there is a little bit of the other color poking through, that just makes it look more worn and, you know, distressed. And if you want even more than that, just take whatever other else color and rub it on the raised parts, and that'll work. And I might do that later. Okay, so then we're going to let that dry, and it won't take long. I might put some long ones right there just to, because these things aren't always exactly flat, you know. Okay, I'm going to put that aside for a second, and then I'm going to do the back here. I need to take this tie thing out of here because it makes it a little hard to work with. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do there. I am going to leave this here, but I don't know if it's going to be the top or the bottom yet. But these pieces are going to go up here, and I'm going to cut them, and you'll see where, let's see, where am I going to cut these? I think I'm going to put them on first, and then I'll cut it. That's what I think I'm going to do, because I may end up not cutting them. Depends on when I put my book together if it's going to cause a problem. It might too, because when it opens, yeah, it probably will. All right, let me try. I'm going to go, I don't know if straight across will look good. Let me show you how easy these cut. Look. See that? Like there? They cut super easy. See if that's short enough. Might not be. And it looks about right. Looks about right. I think that'll work. If not, I can come back in and trim it. It doesn't matter if it's going up on top. And I am going to put something in between there, but what I'm going to be doing is this is going to go in between there. See where that little hole is? But because I haven't made up my mind, this might be the bottom, see, and then this would be the top. So I haven't made up my mind what is what. So until I do that, I don't want to commit to that hole. So I'm going to just put these on right now. Why don't you guys tell me what you think? Because all I'm going to do is put the owl on there. I'm not going to put like a tassel. Why don't we just look and see? I don't know, maybe, yeah, okay, you convinced me. I know y'all are, you guys tell me. I'll hear about it later if I put it in the wrong spot. So, same thing, we're going to do it kind of like lace. It doesn't take a ton, because this stuff isn't heavy, it just isn't. So, let me put that right there. And I did it a little bit crooked, so way too much glue, so let me go ahead and get some of that off of there. Oop, I'm always dropping things. Let me get some of that wipe where it's not been used. Come on. I gotta get that glue off. Clip. Put that on there. Maybe right here. I just want these to dry flat on there. I don't want them to be, you know, popping on each end because then it might come off later. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. And we're going to work on putting the cover together. We decided that is the cover. Yeah, right? Okay. So now I'm going to take my frame that I think the metal is probably all dry on there. Take all those off. And it may seem like we did a lot just to add this, but I think it makes a difference. And I do think I'm going to put a little black on there. The thing is, I got to be careful because I don't want to put too much. Put a tiny, tiny bit. I just want to be able to see the difference. And oh, that's too much. See if I can wipe some of it off. Yeah, I can. There we go. I'm going to go really light because this stuff, it doesn't take much. And it really goes on pretty, you know. Yeah, that's better. I like that better. This one I'm going to go over here a little bit. Right on the edge. There we go. And come back over here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put our picture in there. I got to figure out where I put it. I don't know where it is. Okay, here it is. Here it is. And I have to make a decision. Okay, this is our little picture that I bought. I think it will work great in there. And see, look. Hope you guys can see that. But I want to, I can't decide. Where'd that other piece go? I cannot decide if I want to put this stuff underneath it or not. You know, just a little bit, just another layer. Not that big, but another layer underneath there because I really want it to pop. So let me try cutting this and see if I can get it to where I like it. All right, so I'm going to put that down and just kind of see how it looks, okay? Because I do think it really makes it pop, and it's just a layer, you know, just like you put, you know, other layers on when you put stuff down. This is just another layer, so I might leave that on there. Yeah, I think it looks good. I think it looks good. Now, granted, you're not going to see that, but let's see how it looks with that. I think that looks good. And, okay, we got that. Now I'm going to take my frame. And I really think my best bet on the frame is to put the picture in it. I'm just going to put a little glue around the edges. This picture's a little small for this frame, but I wanted to use a little bit bigger, beefier frame instead of the smaller frame that came in the little pack, just because I wanted it to be a little bit more prominent. So, oh, I guess I should put more glue on here because the whole thing's going down. Let's see, I'll put that. I actually want it down toward the middle a little bit. I mean down toward the bottom, I meant, not toward the middle. Because I am going to put some trim. Okay, I think that's better. This can go up a tiny bit. My glue is going to be dry by the time I get this done. Okay, that's going to work. That's better right there. I think that's perfect right there now. Okay, so there she is. That is the front. And I'm going to clip it down because I want to make sure that this cover stays on. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to let that sit for a second or two. And I'm going to go ahead and stick the other pieces on. And maybe you can see it. I haven't really, okay, let me see if I do that. Then I'm going to put that up there. It's going to hang from the back. So I do need to punch a hole in it. Let me punch the hole with the, just kind of show you how it works. Super easy. It will work. And let's see, where did that go? I don't know what size hole. I don't think I need a huge hole. I'm going to try the small hole first. And I'm just going to use the hole that's already there, but I'm going to punch right through it, okay? If I can line it up with that hole. Okay, now can I get over there? Ugh, it's stuck on a little bump here. Okay, here we go. I'm just using the hole that's there. I'm just lining it up right over that. Just making it a little bit bigger. Okay, it may not be big enough, but we shall try. And then this will go in there. Okay. All right. And that will put our little, that is a place for our owl to hang off of. And I'm going to have to I'll find the silver little clip thing for him. But this will go down like that. I always smush it down more so it gets in there good. But that goes on top right there like that. Okay. Let me twist it around. It's in the wrong spot. Okay, there we go. And so that will go there, and then the owl we'll just clip that on. If I have any thingies handy. Let's see. And just open up that jump ring. Put that on here. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to like how it dangles that way, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use 2 jump rings. I just want it to dangle right. I want it to lay flat in the back, so I may decide to put a little hook thing on there. But I prefer it to be closer to the top, so I will just take another jump ring and see how that looks first. Just see how it looks. If I don't like it, I'll figure it out. I will, but just to give you an idea, that little owl, he wouldn't have looked right green, right? Would not have looked right green, I don't think. Would have been just, I don't know. Just don't think it would have worked. Yeah, I don't know. I could put a ball pen or something like that so you can take the owl off. I may do that, but I've got these right in front of me, so you're going to see it with this. So that way it hangs right, because otherwise it would hang sideways. So that would be the back, okay? And then here's our front. I'm sure that's probably dry enough. Okay, guys, so we still have a little ways to go. So what I do need to do, though, I did forget to do one thing. And, you know, this isn't necessary, but I like to do this. I like to put my little flakes. I have these gilded flakes here. Gosh, I bought these a while back on Amazon, and you got like a lifetime supply. So I use them when I can, when I remember to, and I forgot. So I'm going to I put a little bit of, I just use my glue stick, and I'm just going to go and put little pieces here and there, because I forgot this gives it a whole nother effect, and I didn't do that, and I wanted to do that, and I put it on randomly. I don't cover the whole thing, and it will not, you know, and this is so that it will have, I didn't put any down there, I think, just a different kind of effect. I'll just take some of these pieces off and put them over there. And then, like I said, this isn't necessary. I just like the effect it gives it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit more there, I think, probably. There's no real formula to this. It's just to put it on randomly. Other than that, that's about it. So what I'm going to do is I have a kind of a soft brush. And this would have been great to do this before I finished. And I probably could have skipped this, but I like what it does. It gives it a very metallic look to it. But I'm going to go ahead and put a little vintage photo over that. And it will make it look very antique-y. Yeah, there's a few spots I probably need to put more in. But I just kind of take a soft brush, and a lot of times I save little pieces, but these are really small, and I do have a lot, let me tell you. And I know it looks like a hot mess right now, but it will look good. Just want to get all these other pieces off and don't have them sticking where they're not supposed to stick. So normally you would do this, you know, while you're doing your frame, but since I didn't do it, I do like to do it. It just gives it more depth. Another layer, as I always say, more layers. You almost can't ever go wrong with more layers. Okay, I mean, your pastes and everything look really good, but there's nothing that can really accomplish what this does. So it's really fun to use it for mixed media, stuff like that. So anyway, what I do then is I take my Distress ink, or I might just use a little bit. I have this alcohol ink that is latte, so it's a coffee color. Get a different, I'll just use this one right here. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and put it in here. And all I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to antique this a little bit. So I'm going to go kind of list around here. And remember I told you the idea was to make it look a little bit older. And you could do this with your vintage photo, but this is permanent, and I actually want to make that a little bit looser. And then just not as concentrated. And just, I take it and go over it, and all that does is it takes it down, that shine off of it, and then what it'll do is it'll make it look like it's, you know, kind of worn a little bit. See if I can put a little bit more alcohol ink in there. It's already drying. If you don't put much in there, it dries pretty quick. And so, anyway, that's what I like to do, just to kind of, and I'll go over this a little bit too, so it all kind of blends in. It just gives it a little bit more of a vintage kind of look. And normally I would have gone underneath all these pieces and everything, because that's how I do it. But this will still have kind of the same effect. So anyway, guys, that's what I do. I like doing that just to give it a little bit more character. I have decided that I am going to add more of these little things to it. I think I'm going to put one here because I thought it needed a little bit more. So I'm going to put one here. And then I'm going to, on top, I'm going to put, these will fit right on top right here. The reason I'm doing that, I'm trying to fill this in and make it look a little bit more ornate, I guess is the word. Okay, so I am going to put a few gemstones on here. I don't know, let me see. I think I'm going to take all these, hopefully these are done. So I can do that. I'm not going to put a ton, but I want to put a few. I want to make sure all these are down good because I don't want them popping up. I just want to put a few on here. I'm not sure exactly, you know, how I'm going to put them on there. I don't want to have a ton of them. I just want to have a few. All right, now that I've got all of that on there like that, I think I'm letting this stay on those parts that are a little loose. I'm going to go ahead and start with putting my trims on. And let's see, what did I decide I was going to do? I forgot. What, I think the purple went down here with that up there. That's what it is, because you can't see the black on there. So that has to go up here with a different ribbon, because that one's ripped, but it was like kind of like that. Yeah, that's how it was. And then this goes down here. And then my fringy stuff went on the side. Okay, so we got these done. And then they turned out pretty good. They were really hard to get those peeled off, but they're on there and they're not going anywhere. So now what I think I'm going to do is just put the last trim right here. I mean, on here and here. So this is, one's going to go here and one's going to go there. And I looked at this trim and I was going to cut it down, and I started to, and I realized that the way that this works is it's so long that it kind of droops down, and if I cut it then it sticks straight out. And I may change my mind later, but I'm going to put this on here. This has to go right here, and see, I probably should have done that a little shorter right there. Might be able to still get it off. Let's see. Get this little part right here off. If I can get it off. It's kind of on like a little plastic piece right here. So I may be able to, yeah, good. That's good. Okay, get that off my fingers. And I'm going to just put some glue here. All I'm going to do is put this right on the edge. And all I'm going to do is just stick it right in the glue. Try not to get these other pieces in there. And I don't want to stretch it out too much because it is stretchy. But I prefer it not be stretched out so it stays on well. I don't want it to come off later. So I'm just kind of laying it on there. And that is it right there. See, it's already moving. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put clips on it while I'm going. Put some clips. Let me see. Maybe put a tiny bit more glue just to make sure it stays down. Right, so that's going to stay there. I'm going to let all that stay and work on the back, which will be this one. Anyway, so that is that one, and it is going to be done. And where did this thing go? We did that. So we got it all ready to go. And like I said, this won't go on until the very last. And a lot of times when you're making a floating journal, you would just do all 3 pieces together. But because I wanted to do this, I left it separate. And so I will show you how we attach that later on. But it'll look like that. So that's how it's going to look. Okay, guys, so take care, and I'll see you again next time.